Okay, also in South Carolina House 38 is Josiah Magnuson.
Well, thank you to all that for Mr. Lewis and everyone that's hosting this forum tonight. I think this is wonderful to be engaging with the minority community, and I'm so privileged to be here. Great to see a great turnout, and each one that's here is a privilege to be with you. So I am concerned about minority issues. I supported Rand Paul for president, and one of the reasons was because he was reaching out to minorities. I do think that that's an important area, and I think the Republican Party needs to focus on that. There's many areas where I believe the business community in the minority situation can be helped at the state level in ways that it's not being right now. Let me just, if I could, give you about 5 points. Before I do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Josiah Magnuson, and I am a resident of Campobello, South Carolina. I do electric work. I'm not a politician. I believe that our system in Columbia is broken, and we do need people to stand up for what's right and make a difference because our country is on the wrong track. I've been involved in our community. I was born in Greenville, and I've been involved in the upstate, lived here almost all my life with a couple exceptions. I had the privilege of serving as the treasurer of the Upstate Republican Liberty Caucus, and then as a state board member as well of the Republican Liberty Caucus in South Carolina. I'm currently the director of Americans for Constitutional Government. I've been doing that for 4 years now, and that's as far as we can tell, the oldest citizens action group in the upstate, founded in 1962. So I do have an understanding, I believe, of the issues that our state is facing. Let me give you just 5 points that I believe affect businesses in South Carolina, especially in the minority perspective. The first one is the issue of taxes. Of course, we have this question of the roads and so on going on. To have the terrible roads that we have certainly affects business, right? And we need to fix our roads. We need to do that through reform. The system as it is right now is completely confused and chaotic. The legislature just passed a bill, the other day to make it even more confused. I didn't realize that was possible, but the legislature found a way, right? And so we need to reform the system. But to do a gas tax hike, I don't believe is the right way. That actually hurts our local businesses because, especially in my district, much of the business that comes in Landrum and Chesney and in Campobello comes from North Carolina, and many of the people who come down there say that if the taxes went up on the gas, they wouldn't come down anymore. So it would hurt local businesses. So I don't believe we need to raise the gas tax. I think we can do it through reform, as I've mentioned. And then we'll look at revenue in the future, but we need to look at all the other avenues first. 4 other things. Obamacare. While my opponent was introducing legislation to implement Obamacare in South Carolina, I was fighting to stop it. Obamacare is probably one of the biggest points against the business community right here, and it affects minority businesses just the same as it does every other business with the employer mandate and all the intrusive regulations that come with that. Judicial reform. Of course, our state right now, I don't know if you realize it, but the judicial system that we have right now was specifically targeted in 1898 to oppress minorities. That was its purpose, and it was to create a system where the politically connected would be able to affect what happened. Basically, it's a system where lawyers appoint the judges. We need to change that. My opponent thinks it's a good system. I don't think it's a good system. It needs to be corrected. Criminal justice reform. I'm a huge advocate of criminal justice reform. I think the government often oppresses the people, especially minorities, in the system that we have. I do believe that we need to end the mandatory minimum laws on nonviolent crime, and so that's something that I'm an advocate of. And then finally, education in the family. Of course, my opponent has made very clear that he is against school choice. I'm a strong defender of education freedom, and I do believe that we need to keep the federal government out of our schools, out of our homes, out of the classroom. Leave us free to pursue the goals that God has given to us, the goals that we were created to have, and that's what I would like to help you to do if I have the privilege of representing District 38 in the State House. Thank you so much again for your time.